What's going on? What's going on? Welcome everybody to a new episode of the Lambitious Podcast. You might be asking why I'm wearing shades because the future looks so bright right now. I am super excited tonight about our show. It's June, summertime. It's summertime, especially for our educators. Y'all can appreciate this. Speaking of an educator, let's bring on a co-host, Miss Lady T.
All right, summertime. Woo!
I knew you would appreciate this. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm good. Although I am working this summer, but I'm working from home, so it's no kids.
Hey, this had to be the hardest, school year ever. I know you've mentioned that. I've heard it from all my educator friends. So a big kudos to y'all for what you guys do and endure every day with the kids and with administration. So thank you again, and just grateful for you all.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
I am too. So we missing somebody, right? We got another element to this. Let's bring on our what's Mr. Patrick Francis? What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
What up?
Oh man, doing great. So I hear y'all talking about summertime and all the things that go with it. You got what you say? You got
go to Vegas barbecue next week.
Yes.
Oh, you got vacation?
Yes.
Nice. Don't lose too much money.
Oh, I don't gamble. We're going to have fun.
I may give you some money to take up there though.
Oh Lord. All I know how to play is blackjack. That's it.
I'm a cash app you. Okay. See what you got. But I know during the summertime, everybody's trying to get summertime fine. Are y'all trying to get with the workout plans and all that?
I'm really trying to make a life change.
I've seen you working out.
The first thing I always tell people, trying ain't a word. We got to take trying out of the equation, and we are going to get our summer vibes right?
That's right. Yes, we are. Snaps to that.
That's true. So how about we go ahead and bring on our first guest?
All right.
So let me start out by saying we had the same alma mater. That's why I got my BU outfit on, my BU gear on. But this guy is very inspirational. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. But Ian Buchanan, let's bring him on real quick. What's going on? What's up, Sick'em Bears?
What's up, y'all? Hey, appreciate y'all having me today.
Absolutely, good to have you.
Yeah, I was like, let me do the introduction, but I was like, you can say it better than I can. So how about you just tell the people who you are, what you do, and the gym, and a little bit about your background.
All right, so like you said, my name's Ian Buchanan. I've been immersed in fitness for the last 15 years or so. I consider myself a holistic trainer. I actually went to seminary school, Fuller Theological Seminary in Pasadena, California, and I am an educator. I taught 6th, 7th, 8th grade math, and I taught at the college level at Lane College. So I try my best to merge fitness from a mental, a spiritual, and a physical aspect in order for people to get the biggest bang for their buck as far as the transformation. If something's not right with the mind and something's not right with the spirit, then the body is going to be slow to transform. So basically, my approach is from a holistic standpoint. I have a gym in the Houston area, the Body Shop HCX, and had a previous gym in Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, D180 Fitness. So I'm pretty much going to be a lifer in regards to, I think, fitness. I love helping people get to a better version of themselves. After Baylor, I've gained about 50 pounds of unhealthy weight, and I hated it, man. Like, I hated looking in the mirror. I hated shopping for clothes. I hated pictures. I dodged cameras. Like, I absolutely hated it. And so I know what it feels like to be on that side, and it's been amazing helping other people transform and get back to a place where they're happy with the image that they see in the mirror.
Right, and I know from the nonprofit platform, that Lloyd and I founded, and then Miss Lady T has her organization as well. A lot of it has to do with mental health and physical fitness. So that was like everything you're talking about and the holistic ways that you go about doing it. We would like to know a lot more about that, and I know Lloyd wanted to probably touch on a couple of things regarding the fitness and the mental health part also.
Right. So I mean, you see, I was smiling over here because I always, one of the biggest things I always say is to take the word trying out of the equation. Like, trying is not a word. And so when you take that out, you can do, and saying that you take a holistic approach to things, that's huge. And being transparent, what you were just saying, you can relate to people because hey, I've been on that side. I gained that extra 50 pounds of weight. So now, when somebody says, hey, I've been depressed or I've been this, you can say, I've gained. So now you're relatable to your clients. So now they're like, okay, well, hey, what can I do to transform and get to where I need to be? So I love that what you were just saying. So I guess my first question is, I know I get on the spiel when we're talking about fitness, but I guess my first question, when you say holistic, for the audience out there, explain holistic.
So for me, there's a cause and effect, or there's a root. So a lot of times when you see somebody that's struggling with their weight, the weight is not necessarily the issue. So you got to dig a little deeper to figure out why the weight is a manifestation of the issue. So basically the approach is, or a holistic approach is, not necessarily targeting or focusing simply on the physical, but looking at the spiritual, looking at the mental, looking at other variables that can contribute to why somebody's overeating. One of my best friends passed away less than a month ago. And during that time, I gained 10 pounds, man. Like, I emotionally ate. I was like, my Uber Eat bill was off the chain. Like, I didn't want to leave the house for a little bit of time. And I was just consuming food and desserts and donuts and just anything that I could get my hands on. And I realized that it wasn't the weight was not the root. The root was, I'm in mourning. I'm like going through a grieving process. And so until I started dealing with that, it was hard for me to even worry about my weight or worry about exercising or anything of that matter. So the holistic aspect just looks at, doesn't just look at the scale, it looks at you as an entirety.
That's perfect. I mean, taking the mental approach. First of all, my condolences, for losing your friend. I mean, that's tough. Grieving, we all take on grieving different ways, but eating emotionally is something that we all do sometimes. I know the pandemic, we call it the pandemic pounds. I know I gained some weight. My doctor, I went to have my physical and everything, all my numbers checked out great, but I did gain 10 pounds. And so he was like, Mr. Lindley, because I usually, but I think just the anxiety and not knowing, and, I lost my job during the pandemic and everything. So, emotionally eating, so I get that.
Yeah. I have a question in regards, when I hear the word holistic and I put it together, I'm like, okay, when you said the whole thing, the whole picture, it's like the big picture is like including and encompassing the mental aspect, because do you feel like the mental aspect drives you to your fitness goals, or is it something else that you need to use as a motivating factor to meet your goals? Like when you have your clients, what do you think you have to work on their mental first?
You talking about for me personally or for people in general?
I want to say people in general, or like people that are like your clients that you're training.
Honestly, I think it's a case by case. Some people come in and mentally they're in a good place. They're motivated. Some people come in and self-esteem is an issue, or depression, or self-worth. I mean, it really just depends on the individual. And so that's part of training, is figuring out, or holistic training is figuring out what somebody is actually struggling with, and basically attacking that or helping them grow through that. to meet whatever the goal that they're reaching for is.
Okay.
And I was going to ask, when you talk about the spiritual part, how do you incorporate that into your business? Like, what does that look like?
So I'm gonna be real. My gym in Tennessee was called D180 Fitness, and it was named after Daniel chapter 1. And basically, the D stand for Daniel, 1 for chapter 1, and 180 was complete term from how the world did things. So that's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And basically, uh, they asked the king's guard to just eat nothing but vegetables and water. And after 10 days, they were found wiser, stronger than any of their other counterparts. So in Tennessee, it was real easy for me to merge the spiritual aspect into everything that we did. We prayed before workouts. We we had a lot of clients that were morbidly obese. Tennessee is one of the fattest states in the nation. Um, and even with morbid obesity, it's once again that's a effect. And so figuring out where the cause lie, like God had to be involved in that. We saw amazing numbers, people losing 100 pounds in less than a year, 50 pounds in a few months. And I know a lot of that had to do with making that spiritual connection. At the body shop here in Houston, I'm a part owner. So my cousin and I are the owners of this facility. So I don't have as much, uh, I guess, autonomy in regards to how I want to present. But certain things that we do, we have a couple of pastors here that give a word of the week and encourage. We form accountability groups. And basically, just getting to know the clients one-on-one and having those conversations throughout the week to figure out exactly where their strengths or weaknesses lie. And either myself talking to them on a regular basis or partnering them up with somebody else who has been successful in the same area that they're struggling with has allowed us to help a lot of people.
That's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
So we do have a question from the audience from Miss Jean Williams. It says, "What advice would you offer to an emotional eater?"
Well, what's up, Gene? I would say the first thing is figuring out what emotions cause you to eat. Okay. And once you, or not necessarily what emotions, but what triggers cause those emotions, which cause you to eat. Because if you can figure out the triggers, maybe you can avoid the triggers, and then avoiding the triggers will help you avoid emotional eating. So that's the first advice. The second one is a lot of times when we emotionally eat, we're not emotionally eating vegetables or fruit. We going for the ice cream, the chips, all this other stuff. One thing that I've noticed in my household is if I don't have easy access to it, more than likely I'm not going to overindulge in it. So if I go ahead and stock the fridge with grapes and things of that nature, and take away the Oreos and the chips, then more than likely, even if I'm in a state of whatever triggers my emotional eating, it's going to make it a little bit more challenging for me to indulge and to go that way.
Okay. So that was a good question by Gene Williams. I appreciate that. Lloyd, Tierra, are y'all ready for the next segment? So Ian, yeah. we gonna put you on the spot. These are like random questions that may or may not have anything to do with a holistic fitness or not. So
okay.
This is gonna be a quick segment we're gonna throw at you where we're gonna surprise you.
All
right. So tell me, if you had to pick your favorite song out of Flashlight or Atomic Dog, which one would it be and why? Okay. So I had to play that one for you. So tell the people, like, what organization do you belong to?
Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, founded
Right.
at Howard University, 1911 in Thurkill Hall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, so we all still family. We all D9, KA side in the building too. But I know I had to mess with him about the music. Atomic Dog is in case people don't know. Most people out here know, but Atomic Dog is the song for their fraternity, and Flashlight is our song. So yeah. This our little on the spot segment. So we asking you random questions. So we're going around the table now. Who's next?
I'm never ready.
I'll go because my question is pretty much the same. It's either one of the two, but I'm gonna go back to the food. So since you are, with the, on the, if somebody was, so are you? Let me ask you this: are you from Tennessee? You?
Nah, I'm raised in Houston. I've been here since elementary school. Yeah.
Okay. So my question would be then, if you had, let's say you have some of your old gym members from Tennessee coming into town and they thinking about moving to Houston or whatever, what's some gyms, not gyms, but gyms, GEM and gyms, as far as eating spots that you would take them to? Like, hey, I'm not talking about Turkey Leg Hut, Papados, the big stuff, but what's something that you would take them to impress them?
All right, so I'm not sure y'all know, but I'm Jamaican, so a lot of my food is gonna be based off of Caribbean cuisine. So Cool Runnings, shout out off of West Belford and South Gessner area. Definitely Cool Runnings. Helen's Kitchen off of South Post Oak and West Orm. That's one of my go-tos. They catered our whole Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then of course, probably the more popular ones like Breakfast Club, great fried chicken. There's a pizza place right up the street in Third Ward called Fia's Kitchen, Fia's Pizza, which I really enjoy. Yeah.
No Reggae Hut?
I'm going to Cool Runnings when I come down there.
Yeah. Hey, okay. Go on a Sunday. They got a buffet on Sundays.
All right.
I've never been there. I need to try that.
You never been to Cool Runnings? Oh yes.
Cool Runnings. Jamaican. Come on.
All right,
I don't have a question.
You don't have one, Lady? Okay. I could think of one. Okay, so if you had to choose any other career or anything else besides what you do,
I thought about that one, but I was like, that's boring.
I always want to know, like, what would be the other career that you can envision yourself doing if you not doing what you do now?
I think I would be a pastor, actually. So I
felt that vibe.
I just preached on Sunday and a couple of Sundays ago, so I may be moving in that direction. So I think I would go to pastoral ministries.
Awesome. I'm a minister.
Oh, nice.
Good to know. That's some good stuff right there.
Oh yeah.
So Ian, there's a 30-day when I'm on your page, and what caught my attention was like the 30-day plan. Mm-hmm. Could you tell everybody what that is? Because I was like, well, 30 days, what can I accomplish in that amount of time? So can you tell the people what that is and how that can be beneficial?
So one thing that we realized early on is that it's hard for people to stay committed for a long period of time. So the objective was to try to figure out something that could expedite somebody's transformation. So we came up with a 30-day transformation. Now, the thing about 30 days is intense. So you're doing a lot of exercise. You're on a strict regimen as far as your diet. But in 30 days, we've had people lose over 30 pounds in 30 days. So it definitely works, but it's also something that you got to be 100% all in order to see those results in that short period of time. Okay.
And now for them to do that, do they need to do like actually come to your gym, or is it virtual? How does this work?
It's virtual. So my virtual business is called giveus30.com. So most of my clients actually don't live in Houston. So I have clients, throughout the country. So they can sign up or join wherever.
So they just go to your website?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully I got the right one up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
It was 30.com.
Mhm.
Okay, and then they could also check you out on your Instagram page.
Yes.
So I got the Body Shop HTX. Is there any other pages or sites they can go on?
Yeah, that's our gyms, and then my personal is just Jamaican Muscle.
Okay, at Jamaican Muscle.
Mhm.
All right.
So we have a couple of comments though here for them too. So Rodney Robinson Jr. saying, "What up, fam?" And then Gene Williams said, "Great advice, thanks." Right. Latasha Jamerson, wow, Pastor, that's good. So you have some people already gonna follow you. That's another question.
How do they maintain the weight loss after the 30 days? So after the 30 days is up, people will probably go back to their old habits. How do you keep that from happening?
Yeah, so this is more like a jump start for sure. So what we do is adjust your macros and adjust your calorie intake. Adjust your macros, calorie intake, as well as your exercise. So instead of doing as much cardio, we basically change your calories. And there may be a little bit of increase in weight in the first few days or so, but eventually your body will level out. So we just basically adjust your calories and adjust your cardio.
All right. Well, before I ask you to leave the audience with some final words, do y'all have any other questions, Lady T or Lloyd or anybody else in the chat?
It was one
I
more.
did have one more question. So what about the person who they may not emotionally eat, but they don't eat, like whenever they go through stuff, they don't eat, but they want to work out? What would you say to that person? Like they more so skip meals.
Say it again. Instead of emotionally eating, they go work out, or they skip workouts.
They skip meals.
Oh, they skip meals.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is I can get into that real quick, but basically when it comes to eating, if you're not properly nourished, anything else is bad. So a lot of times people think if they're not eating fried food or fast food, then technically they're eating good. If you're under consuming, that's just as bad as over consuming. So what that does is it actually slows down your metabolism. If it slows down your metabolism, your body is basically saying that he or she is not going to feed me correctly. So instead of them taking care of me, I got to take care of me. So it does the exact opposite of what you want it to do. And it holds on to fat and it cannibalizes muscle. So you still need to make sure that you're eating consistently. That's just as bad as somebody that's eating fast food, somebody that's over consuming. If you're not properly nourished, everything else is incorrect.
That's great. I have so many friends that they won't emotionally eat, but they won't eat at all. And I'm like, you gotta eat.
Yeah, that's just as
So that's
bad.
good. Thank you.
I think that was one more question before your question, Pat.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say that's an excellent question, Tiara, because I have seen that and always actually wondered about that. Like real quick, let me ask this follow up to what she asked. Fasting is good for you, correct? For the most part, fasting is good. Is that right? So
it can be.
And like what Lady T said, like somebody may skip a meal or two. What if you skip, like, just eat one meal a day, and because you're fasting the rest of the day, and then I know some people they'll fast for 3-4 days, and then they kind of go back to the old habits, and then they're like, okay, well, I just need to fast again and get back to where I need to be, and then they go back to their old habits. So it's kind of like they're going from one end of the spectrum to the other. But I feel like, getting on a program that is consistent is really beneficial. So what are your thoughts on that?
So there's definitely benefit to fasting, but there needs to be a game plan. It needs to be strategic. So intermittent fasting has definitely been proven to help people reduce body fat as well as weight quicker. So basically intermittent fasting says that I'm going to eat for a certain amount of hours and then feast the rest of the day. So some guys do an 8-hour split, 8-hour 16 split. Some ladies do the same, or a 10 and a 14-hour split. And what if I'm eating pretty much from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, and I'm eating 2,000 calories, and you do your 2,000 calories in an 8-hour block, you'll actually lose weight more or quicker than I will. And scientifically based research has proven that. But there's got to be a game plan. There's got to be consistency. You don't want to just fast for one day, eat whatever you want the next day, and then fast for 2 days. And then also it depends on your goal. So I'm a bodybuilder. So my background is in bodybuilding. So my main focus is keeping as much muscle as possible. Everybody doesn't is not concerned about that. Some people just want to lose weight. Some people just want to have a certain waistline. So depending on your goal, intermittent fasting can be beneficial. Having a longer fast, a longer feast time can be beneficial, but it really depends on the individual. We don't want to do a one size fits all approach. But I will say for those people who are concerned about um, holding on to muscle, reducing body fat, you definitely don't want to do a 3 day or 4 day type fast because your body will eat up that muscle.
That's perfect what you were just saying. That I mean, there's two things to that. It's like you want to do something that's sustainable, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, have a game plan because if you don't have a game plan, you can't just go with the next fad. They changed the name of these diets, keto and all that stuff, but it's really basic. It's still the same thing: calorie intake, calorie outtake, your input, output. It's the same thing, right? So, you want to do something that's sustainable. And then you also have to look at it. Everybody's different. My goal might not be the same goal as your goal. So some people want to lose weight. Some people want to put muscle on. Some people want to look fine for the summer. Don't care about the other 9 months of the year. Like everybody's different. So you can't take that same approach for everyone. So great points, man. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We have any more questions?
Nope, that was good. I think there was one more question.
It was one more question from my audience.
Okay. 30 minutes to an hour to work out should you offer cardio or weights? So that goes back to what Lloyd was just saying. Everybody's goal is different. So depending on what you're trying to do, uh, it's not going to be a one size fits all approach. I mean, I can tell you what I would do, but we're not the same person. So I would have to know exactly what your goal is in order to give you.
They need to have a consultation with you. And where can they reach you at?
There you go.
Where can they reach you at?
Instagram, Jamaican Muscle is a good contact.
And so they could just DM you, or they can go to the website.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, you gonna answer those DMs? Cause man, you got a lot of followers.
Yeah, I get to them.
So I want to say personally, just going on your page, actually both pages, your personal page and your business page, it's some impressive things going on. I see people starting off from one stage and then they show before and after pictures, and it's very inspirational. And it's a testament to the work that you've put in and how you are able to get your clients to reach their goal and to meet their dreams or whatever body type they want. And not only that, but like you said, it's the holistic way. And I just see that you've been growing and growing and growing. So I really want to tell you congratulations, and I really appreciate everything you're doing in the community.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it, Paul.
Any final words that you want to leave us with?
Oh man, y'all be blessed. I appreciate the time. This is cool. It's a real nice experience.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. All right. So that was Ian Buchanan with the Body Shop HTX. That's at the Body Shop HTX. That's how you find them if you want to get some type of consultation or just check out the gym right there off 3rd Ward not too far from Turkey Leg Hut. Actually, it's like right down the street from Turkey Leg Hut. You can walk there. So good location, good guy. So you can get your workout on with him for this summer. 30-day challenge. So we have say it again.
So got to get fined for the summer, but the summer already here, man.
Summertime fine. So we got another special guest, a special feature segment. And y'all know who he is if you've been watching and following the Lampvicious podcast. So it's one of our Pisces brothers, Aaron Murphy, is in the building. And Baron, I see what you're wearing, and that goes into the whole that brings the context to what we're going to talk about, the event that you just had. But of course, for those who don't know, can you introduce yourself quickly to us?
Yes, I am Baron Murphy. I am the owner and soon to be I'm gonna try to get it syndicated, but I also have a podcast called Solutions, and we talk about group economics, psychological control, social programming, bridging the gap between separated parents, the spiritual and religious aspects of our culture, and then health. That's physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental. So we cover all of that. We cover everything. We have a whole lot of topics on the show. So that's what I do. And also I am a armed security officer and a bodyguard, and I manage another company. So yeah,
Big
that's
things.
pretty much.
It's a lot of things going on, but it's
man.
The most recent thing that I was like, man, we need to talk about it. We need to bring our brother back on the show so we could talk about this event. So you had let me make sure I got it right. I'm gonna try before you correct me. Fedoras, Stilettos, and Cigars pop-up shop.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
you got it
different.
Right.
Something different, something new. So tell us, how did this start and how did it go?
Well, how it started, I support all Black-owned businesses, not excluding anybody else, but I really see the need for us to kind of, put our people on the map. And I was like, I'll be supporting so many people. I was like, why don't I have an event where they all can feature their own products, So got with a couple of friends of mine that own cigar shops, and they was like, yeah, let's do it. So I just had the event a couple of Saturdays ago, and it went well, man. It went real good. I had 8 vendors out there, everything from candles to fedoras and purses and stuff like that. We had a good little turnout, and I'm actually going to be doing another one. I'm actually putting it together right now for Juneteenth at Keontae's Lounge. It's off of Bama and Veterans. I don't have the actual address, but I will get it. But it's on the north side of Houston, and it's not hard to find. If you know anything about Houston, on the north, it's a Kroger's in the shopping center, and they're on the side of that Kroger. So it's a nice little spot. It's a Black-owned business. The lady, her name is Keontae, and she's been doing this for a while, but she's trying to bring this type of environment to the people in Houston.
Okay, so I believe we have a question again from Gene Williams here. So question to you, Baron, and welcome again. My own personal welcome to you, my brother.
Yes,
so how did you solicit the vendors for this pop-up shop that you just recently had?
Oh man, social media is a great tool. I just went on Instagram and Facebook, and then the rest was word of mouth. I didn't pay for any advertisement other than Facebook, and that's pretty much how I got the word out.
And I guess it's a follow-up question to us, like, so how long did you really take to plan to have the event?
Oh man, it was about a month and a half before I actually had the event. I started I think about 2 months ago. I was looking at the COVID results and all that, and how they was trying to open back up a lot of stuff. So I didn't want to, run into that problem. But yeah, that's why I waited so long. But we had a good turnout. It was Memorial Day weekend, and I'm really working on doing stuff like that around the holidays, where people are already out and about, and they're already willing to support people. So um, it wasn't really hard to put it together. I just had to get the right people to help me with the advertisement. And I had contracts for the vendors, and so that was pretty much the hardest part to putting it together.
Got it. And like I said, you juggling a lot of things, and one of the questions that always comes up is, how do you juggle having a life, a social life, and just family life, and now but also doing all these other things and all these other ventures? Like, how is that hard? Is that something you wish you can have more time in the day? Like, how do you juggle all those things?
Well, I can't lie, man. My life is pretty amazing. I don't work hard. My grandfather instilled that in me when I was young. He would always tell us to work smart, not hard. So I figured it out. I was in my 20s, and I actually started my own business, and I got a taste of making my own money after I was in the security industry at that time for about 3 or 4 years. And I was like, I want to do something more. I was like, I want to do way more. So I actually had a press washing company, and I mean, man, I just balance everything. I mean, life is a balance, but when you're not working hard, it's easier to juggle, multiple things. So I have family time, I have social time, and this is what's crazy. Y'all probably can relate to this about us Pisces. I'm really not friendly. A lot of people think I am, but I'm not. I'm very social. So, I really don't like to be bothered because I don't like a lot of foolishness. So, I socialize, but I have to break away. So this is kind of something that, I always do anyway. I socialize. So me being able, to get everybody out that have their own businesses kind of gave me a different venue to socialize, instead of it just being where we just, turning up and, drinking and smoking and all that. It was an actual opportunity for people to engage in different businesses together. So I mean, it's not hard for me, man. I don't work hard. I mean, I have time. I have time for any and everything. So I mean, it's easy. It's easy. You just got to position yourself, I would say, to the listeners that has an entrepreneur mindset or a need or want to have their own. You just got to position yourself, and it don't take long. You got to have discipline and self-control to do anything. And I'm real big on balance. Balance is very important. A lot of people are imbalanced, and they miserable where they at, whatever profession they're in. And you just got to find the balance, man. You got to find what works for you.
Spoken like a true Pisces. Only a Pisces can understand. You got to know a Pisces to know that.
I say it all the time. We're social introverts. Like people say,
and the proper term, the proper term for that is an ambivert. So that means you're between an introvert and an extrovert.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
I hear that a lot too, especially since we started Lamp. It's like, man, you talk to everybody, and I really don't. There's only a small circle of people that I actually talk to. But when I'm out at a function, I'm talking to everybody and having fun. But when I go home, I be good at like just watching Netflix. I could be by myself and be good. Right.
Yeah, they mistake that about Pisces, and I mean, I get the same thing. Even at the event, people just like, man, I didn't know you knew this person. I didn't know. Well, if it's business related, then I'll be all in that person's ear and listening to them. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't have to be around a lot of people. But I know, in order for people to be recognized, you got to socialize. You have to, get out of your comfort zone sometimes and do some things that you don't want to do. And I'll say, with getting out of your comfort zone, you'll probably meet some people that can change your life.
Exactly.
So you gotta get you gotta get out and about in the community, and that's why I like you guys so much for what you're doing, man. I actually want to start my activism because my kids are getting older now, so I want to be more involved in the community like you guys, and I admire what y'all do because y'all helping a whole lot of young people, and in doing so, y'all are meeting other people that can help you continue to help the younger people. So I plan on doing that with some of the professionals that I know, getting out here and just giving back to the community.
Yeah, big things popping, big things coming.
Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a question about your podcast, your upcoming podcast solution. So what inspired you to start that podcast?
Yeah, I don't want to be a damper in the previous conversation, but I'm glad you asked that question. That's a great question. I used to pastor. I was in ministry for a long time. I started at a very young age. A lot of people had a problem with that. Like, how do when you were younger that's what you're supposed to do? Well, actually, I didn't, but it was the influence. And so when I had children and started teaching them, I wanted to actually give them the truth. I didn't want to give them a speculation based off what I had been taught. I wanted to research and find out things for myself. So in doing that, I learned a whole lot of stuff. And I was like, I got all this information that I've learned through the years, including, a religious background. I was like, I need to share this, and I wanted to come from a perspective where it's not so religious based, but still get in the community and show people like, hey, we need to fix some of this stuff that we got going on. I'll share this since you asked. Even when I was in the arena of church, one of my biggest pet peeves, even as a young man at the time, was older people making complaints about the young people and what they didn't like about what they were doing, but they never implemented anything for them to do different. And it was like, so why is that? And I was just fortunate because I gravitated to the positiveness that was, in that arena, but so many people don't, and so I was like, I want to give back. And so this is why I really started the podcast. And that's why it's called Solutions, because we know we like drama, people like drama. They like talking about what's going on in somebody's life and all this. But okay, what about the solutions to those issues?
Right.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the positive people that we know that's in long-term marriages, or relationships. And let's talk about good parents. Let's talk about us as a culture actually having people that's working together as a culture of people, you know what I'm saying? Or as a few people within the culture. We never really talk about that type of stuff. So this was my platform to kind of have a deficit to the deficit. It was my I guess I would say my 2 cents, I guess I could say, to all the stuff that I saw, being said. And sometimes we wait for people to do things or start things, and we're the people that need to start them. And so, I was like, I'm tired of waiting on somebody to come out with something where, we can talk about the issues that we have. Why don't I do it? So, I was like, I know enough, so let me go with what I have and let me go from there. And let me bring some more people that's more professional in these different areas than I am, and let them speak on these issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very smart to do that. And the podcast has a lot of substance to it. So
well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of substance.
Can't wait to hear it.
So Lady T and Lloyd, y'all ready to get to the non-substance of our podcast? We're gonna put Baron on the spot real quick.
Oh man,
what's up?
When is the next podcast?
That's a question. Tanisha said, "Hey y'all, we gotta play a little music for you, B."
Right
so
on.
my first question for you is, we just had the Mayweather Logan Paul fight. me turn the music down. We just have to fight. Not really a question, but give me your top. If you had to pick Muhammad Ali or Floyd Mayweather, who is the greatest of all time? Who is the GOAT?
Oh,
and why?
Come on, man. Ali, man. I mean, I kind of was having a similar conversation the other day about basketball, and we were talking about LeBron James, and I relate this to Floyd Mayweather. There would be no Floyd Mayweather if it wasn't Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali inspired, those boxers to be the boxers that they are. So without him, they probably wouldn't even been boxers. So, you have to pay homage to the person that paved the way. So, I think it was like with Jack Johnson, back in slavery, he probably inspired Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, he actually did. Yeah. He had something to do with that. So, I gotta say Ali, man. I mean, and to be honest, since you asked me the question, boxing is not the same, man. Like, it's not like it used to be. It's I wouldn't even give Floyd the credit or even put him on the same level as Ali, because he don't get hit. I'm not gonna say he's afraid to get hit, but all of that bobbing and weaving, it's like, man, you gotta sometimes get in there. A lot of people don't know. I used to street fight. Like, I used to fight all the time. And you can't be afraid to get hit, especially in that
not the pastor.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, no judgment. No judgment.
Oh Lord.
Hey man. Hey man. We all got to pass.
That's right.
And sometimes our past is our present, and our present become our future.
Amen.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, you got to know how to defend yourself. So I saw earlier. I think it was TNT or somebody was offering a lot of the viewers their refunds because they was upset about the fight, and it was like, Floyd, in my opinion, he won. But I mean, with all of his experience and all the years that he been boxing, I mean, he kind of should have. This is an old word. Pulverized. But he should have pulverized that dude, man. Like, he should have took him out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I know they probably were just doing it for the money, maybe at the end of the day, but hey, man, I wouldn't put him in a category with Ali or
not even Jack Johnson,
Tyson, or what's my boy?
Roy Jones.
Yeah, any of them, man. I don't see him as a brawler boxer.
Yeah.
Sugar
Ray
dances
Leonard.
around a lot.
It was a money play. I mean, he went in there. He didn't even get his hair cut for the fight. Like, he was like, I'm gonna go in here, make this quick.
Yeah.
How much he made? What, 100 something? Didn't he make 100 some mil or something on that? I forgot.
He made millions. I know that. He made millions. I know that.
It was entertainment because it wasn't even an official fight. It wasn't sanctioned. It wasn't going against his record or nothing. The only thing he had to do was make sure he didn't get knocked out, and he's made a career out of it. So
right,
I mean,
I can't lie. I mean, that guy kind of got with him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of got with him a little bit.
He had 30 more pounds and everything. It was no way. If it was a sanctioned fight, you're not gonna put a heavyweight against a lightweight. You know what I mean? So
right, and that was another problem. Yeah, he was about twice the size as Mayweather. Yeah, man. I was like,
with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna put, so it was for entertainment purposes. But our next question, I think you're gonna appreciate this question though, Baron. This one, she stole our thunder. What's your favorite cigar?
That's a great question.
She stole my thunder, but thank you for that question, Gene Wiz. Anybody know Baron or follow Baron on cigars?
Well, I used to have the Superfly by Oscar. It's an Oscar cigar, but as of recently, it's actually a black owned cigar company. ANC, Adapt and Change. They have the Gray Beard, and man, it's a great smoke. He has different gauges of the same blend. He has 3 different types, but man, it's a great stick. It's smooth all the way through. and it burns great, and that's what I like about it now. But the Oscar though, the Superfly, it reminds me of Curtis Mayfield. So I listen to old school music, man, R&B, blues, rhythm and blues. I don't really get into a lot of this rap stuff. I don't even know half of their names. So pairing that with the song is how I got started on the Superfly. I was like, man, y'all got a Superfly stick? Like, really? Like, I got to smoke that. So that's my favorite too. And I'm probably going to stick with the gray beard for a while. But I mean, I've had some great smokes, man. And I haven't been smoking that long, actually. I've only smoked for about 3 years. But you got some connoisseurs out here, man. And I'll say this for the cigar community. Like I have a friend of mine, she has her own brand, Mimi Moore. She doing some big things in the cigar community. My cousin Soto, he's doing some great things. Even a guy named Eli, he goes by Rich Papillon. They doing some great things in the community of cigars, and it's actually a untapped market, man. It's so many blends of cigars, and there is a lot of women that smoke cigars. So ladies, don't think that it's a guy thing. Is really not. They have lighter sticks. They have flavored sticks. They have sweet sticks. So it's all according to your palate, and it's not as detrimental to your health as people think. Cigar smoking is very clean. It's only tobacco. It doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it. I know the FDA said it's like smoking like a pack of cigarettes. One smoke is like, no, that's not true, because they have different blends. But if you wanted a clean smoke, get you a cigar. Get you a cigar.
You hear the music in the background?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Superfly.
Oh yeah, man. Superfly.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to stay fly, man.
Yes, sir. What you got for him, Lady T?
I was gonna go back because he started talking about basketball. So, who is your all-time favorite basketball player? All time.
Oh, I don't want to sound cliche, but a lot of people say MJ. But the reason why I say that is for a number of reasons. Dr. J, because Dr. J came before, Michael Jordan. But I didn't really get to see him play, so I don't really know a lot about, his career. I followed Michael Jordan, in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby. So, that was, he defined, like they say, he defined gravity. The man would be in the air for like 6 seconds, before he actually dunked. It's like, really, man, like are you flying, And I ain't got to give R. Kelly credit for that. I believe I can fly. That song was inspired by Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, the man he's cold. He still can shoot. He still got it. I saw him shooting at a charity event, and they wanted him to miss so that he could give the kids something, and he never missed. And I was like, how long he been retired? So
he's a cigar connoisseur too. He knows.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, I want to be like him when I grow up, even the money.
Oh yeah.
I have a bonus question. I know we got to move on, but I have a bonus question because this brother stay fly. Them fedoras, bro. You gonna have to. Where if somebody want to go get a fedora, whether it's online or in Houston. Because I just turned on to the fedora game lately, but this brother be having some fly fedoras. Where can they go to get a fly fedora? Not to steal your style, but where would you, a beginner, get a fedora?
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna give my secret away in Houston because, like you said, I don't want everybody wearing what I'm wearing. I don't like that. But I did buy a fedora from a lady out of Atlanta. She came down for the cigar week. The name of her business is Fedora Designs. Okay. And man, she got some custom hats that's just amazing. And then, online, man, you got all kind of different companies that's into fedoras. that you can actually just Google search and type it in, and they'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? But I do have a secret location in Houston, preferably on the north side. But man, look, I mean, you gotta have you a good hat, man. You gotta have you a good fedora. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna dress up, man, you gotta be in style. You know, and we gotta change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop wearing just t-shirts all the time with some jeans. You know, switch it up. You know, put your button down on and a tie, a bow tie. You know, open shirt. You know, as long as you coordinate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta match your fly. You gotta match the hat with the shoes, the belt. You know, and stuff like that. So you gotta stay fly, man. But yeah, that's where I get my hats from. Fedora Designs. They're in Atlanta. They got a great selection of hats.
Now we got Fedoras is trending on the internet because of B Murph. So we got everybody want to know. We got everybody want to know about it. And then Dean said Pisces always extra.
Right.
Extra, read all about it.
Latasha Jamerson, appreciate y'all watching. And before you get off, tell us once more, like, when is the next pop-up shop? The entire name, because I don't want to mess it up. But tell us when's the next pop-up event, and how the people can find out more information and reach you.
The next one is going to be at Keontae's Lounge. It's off of Bama North Houston and Veterans. And the title of that event is going to be Cigars and Hookahs. And you can reach me through here. Inbox me. I'm the same on Instagram. I think my name varies just a little bit. I think it's 84 at the end of it on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram as much as I'm on Facebook, but you can also reach me on here at Baron Murphy, BaronMurphy on Facebook. And if you want to become a part of my podcast, send me a friend request. I'm still going through the kinks with Facebook, trying to get back to where I could share my page on my personal page. But I used to pay for my solutions page, but you know, finances was an issue a couple years ago, and I had to stop paying for it. But I still have the page, so you guys can reach me on here under my name. If you can't reach me under my name, reach out to Floyd or Pat, and they'll give you my information.
Absolutely, man. As always, man, it's a pleasure. And I've been on your podcast. It's deep. It's some good talks, and I love the name Solutions because you know we always want to point the finger. We always want to say, "Hey, it's your fault. It's your." What's the solution? What's the solution to this?
Yeah.
So I love the name. I love the concept of that, man. And as always, man, appreciate you. And so next pop-up shop, I know Pat just asked again one more time, man. So make sure you have a good turnout.
It's off of Bama North Houston and Veterans. It's at Keontae's Lounge, and it's titled Cigars and Hookahs. So we're gonna have both. Oh yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad you asked again. And it's BYOB, $10 a bottle. So you can bring what you want to drink. If you get messed up, it's not our fault. So you can't blame nobody because you brought your own liquor. So but yeah, it's gonna be nice. Juneteenth weekend. Okay. And we're gonna have some great vendors out there, and we want everybody that plan on coming to bring a crowd, bring at least 2 or 3 people. Get ready to support the vendors. They have some great products, and we look forward to seeing everybody out there, even you guys.
And if you go out there and you see him and you're wondering what he's smoking on, it's Superfly. So go ask him though, 'cause it might be something else. It might not be Superfly that day. It might be something else.
Right.
So you gotta walk up to him and ask
great beard.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you coming on once again. And great show. So I guess we're at the end.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
8:30, so we gotta head out. So we will have you on again, and we will make sure we come to the event that's coming up on June 19th.
Right on.
And we're gonna find out the details. Find out the details of it on at Baron Murphy 84. Go to the Facebook page Solutions. You'll probably see it on there. and you'll see a lot of good content from the Solutions podcast also.
Thanks, guys, for having me, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's always a privilege and a pleasure. And I look forward to having y'all back on my show again, too, because, yeah, like Lloyd said, man, we had a great time, man.
I'll be there.
And Lady T, don't be ashamed to come on. We'd love to have a lady's presence on there, too.
Let me know. I'll be there.
Right on.
Lady T, when she comes to Houston, we're going to let you know so we might do an on-the-spot show.
Right on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Ambitions with solutions.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. You have a good one.
All right, man.
You too, man. I appreciate it.
All right. So, good show, good content, a lot of good information, good people, all at the same time.
Already, man. Great show.
So
real quick, what you got going on, Lady T?
Oh my gosh, I'm just like pre-planning just some stuff for Charm School. So I do have a class that I am partnering with Her Skin Foundation. We're doing Her School of Confidence for the whole summer. So we'll do one class a week, a month.
You're on mute.
Sorry, my son is loud. But yes. So anyways, we're doing a class, so I can be real quick, one class a month, and I'm talking about mental health, and just like, how do you cope, before something happens, like how do you prevent things from happening? How do you get through it? And then if something does happen, what's the after effect? What do I do? And so that's what I'll be talking about with our teams. And so I'm really excited. So that's what I have coming up in the next 3 months. So just partnering with another foundation. So, yep.
That's what's up. That's much needed. Congratulations on that, and good luck with that. And we're here to support you in any aspect that's needed with that as well. As far on the lamp front, Pat can speak with it as well. But we're super excited. Next week we're finally here, 2 years into the making.
Get the kid.
We're super excited. It's been a lot of work to go into this.
Lamp count.
Lamp count, working with it, and we will have mentorship, development, financial literacy, mental health. We have speakers, activities, all kinds of gifts we're gonna give them. So I'm super excited. You see my cheeks are glossing right now. So, but it's good times on the way, man.
Yeah, a lot of work. So that's why somebody needs help, or any little thing can alleviate some pressure off somebody, even if it's just a conversation to talk about it, or hey, I got a resource that somebody knows somebody else, so it's all good. That's the reason for the podcast, to network, communicate, reach out, stay in touch with the community. And just like Baron said, if you're interested in getting on his show with some solutions, get on his show. If you're doing things in the community, if you are in entrepreneurship, if you are into anything dealing with the mental, anything dealing with physical and financial literacy or better in the community, please reach out to us. We have a calendar that we have to put together, because there's so many people we're trying to get on, and so many prospects and things like that. We want to make sure we're organized and reaching out to the community. And also with the themes of the month, like this month is men's health, so that's why we brought out Ian Buchanan to the show, and Baron is doing big things in the community with the pop-up shop. So thank you both for joining the show tonight.
Absolutely. I'm so excited for Lamp Camp.
Oh yeah.
And we just excited for Charm School. So I mean, that's what it's all about, just networking and putting it together. And we seen you didn't put the blueprint out there, so we just trying to follow your path, man. You didn't blaze the trail for us, so it's super exciting. We had a vision 2 years ago for our birthday, right, March 2019, and to see it finally coming to fruition is awesome.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
All right. Any other final questions?
No questions, but you have where to follow us. Again, Lady T, if you want to tell them where to follow you or find you.
Yes, Charm School 101 on Facebook, and that's it. Charm School 101 on Facebook.
And it's dealing with the young ladies, right?
Yeah, so young girls 9 to 18 years old, teaching them how to love themselves, building that social emotional learning skills and all of that, dealing with trauma, and just helping them kind of muzzle through those aspects. So
yeah, I just want to add that like it's summertime now, so I know a lot of kids are out of school. It's a lot of what they say when you don't have a lot of time on your hands. That's when the devil's active or something like that. I can't remember the exact.
Idle time.
Too much idle time.
Yeah,
I think that's for anybody.
that is for anybody. So this would be a good opportunity. I'm thinking, like, if you have a young preteen or teenage daughter, maybe this is a good program, a good option for them to get with you and join Charm School.
Absolutely. And I do one-on-one coaching for teens as well. So just doing some of that. Some of my girls are moving. So we're going to do kind of like a field trip to the Black Girl Magic Museum out here in Dallas. So that's really exciting. And so we'll do that to kind of send them off. And they're moving to Atlanta, but they'll still be able to be available for like virtual stuff. So I have a girl in Houston, and then I have a couple of girls that are moving to Atlanta. So hopefully it still will work out,
Mm-hmm.
It will work out. You got to speak that into existence, and you're doing a great job with that. So, because self-love is very important at that age. Very important at that age to love yourself. So,
Exactly.
Great job.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Lamp Vicious Podcast. Great show, everybody. My name is Patrick Doc Francis. Follow me at CIKENT.
Go ahead, Lady T.
Oh, you good? I am on Instagram. I am at Mrs. Gandy 2015. So you can follow me there. And your turn, Lloyd.
Okay. I'm Lloyd Lindley, aka Chip. If you really know me, you can follow me. Follow us at Lamp CS LLC or Lamp Services. If you want to follow me personally, enter at your own risk. I'm Lloyd Lindley. But
that's the TikTok king right there.
Yes.
TikTok, it don't
that's
stop.
Why I said enter at your own risk. But
TikTok,
yes.
you don't stop. So yes, sir. All right. So with that being said, everybody stay blessed, and later. See y'all next week.
Embrace the journey, y'all.